This is how the Hammy Cam dwarf hamster cage that we have that I've been videoing is set up. This is to give you an idea of what I did initially. Actually, how we first started, like most people, is with just one of those cages, wire cages, right? It works. It works. We got that. We didn't pay full price. We found somebody that had a used one that was never used for like 20 bucks. So that's how we went. We got it. It seems to work, but it's not enough room. You can't put anything in. So then I decided, well, use some clear totes, use a cut off wheel in the garage. I have an air grinder. You could use a Dremel. And I just cut out the pieces of plastic right here and bought this wire mesh. I think the roll of wire mesh was like $13. And I use a soldering iron to poke holes into the plastic. You can't cut this type of plastic. It will crack, so you can't use a razor blade. So the cut-off wheel, cut an opening, put the mesh, and I use wire snips to, cut the wire because it comes in a roll. And that was a pain in the butt, but I melted holes through the plastic to put zip ties, and just put some zip ties in. And I did that. And I did it for this one too, so well ventilated that way. And I also cut, how I did the circle in here on the top is, again, I melted it. I used a large socket. I forget the size, but I had a very large socket for my wrench. I heated that up with a map torch and set it on and let it melt its way through. That way it's melted. And this fits in nicely, the pipe. So Hammy has a nice run. Now the orange section is from the wire cage that we got. That works the best because it seems, since times have changed, they've made it a little bit better for the hamster to crawl up. Because the hamster gets to the older tube that I happened to get while I was visiting my parents. They still had the old hamster tubes, and I got that. But the newer ones, you'll notice online, they have deeper ridges, or I don't know how to put it, but it's easier for them to climb, and they're much sharper bend. It's not as long as like this old style. So Hammy, being a dwarf hamster, has a little bit of trouble getting up here. She's able to do it. I need to order the other kit, so that will be different. But if you have old hamster run, will fit with the new one with the rings, all the same. And there she is. Hey, Hammy. How you doing? Did I wake you up? I know I woke you up. I'm sorry. Having a long day? Now, Hammy here is a dwarf hamster. I don't know what kind. I forget now. We got her at PetSmart. And she's very friendly. She likes being held, which probably is not typically normal for a hamster, but she does like being held. And then again, I attached an old school straight run here, and then a T up to, had this, which can open. I've been putting some food up here, so she eats up here. She eats in a few different spots, but she eats up here. That's the easiest one, so I don't have to always unsnap the tote, and especially this one's a little more complicated because I have the water bottle. So I attach the water bottle using the spring that came from the wire cage, and to undo it, you just like that through, and I just drilled a hole right on through. That was the size, and it goes like that. Perfect. It might be a little high because I have to have the red log down there so she can kind of stand at it and get her drink. I used an old house we had. Again, to attach it, I drilled a hole in the back. I think it's a little too high, but the great thing is I could drill a hole lower, and the holes are small enough she can't get out, and it would be blocking the hole anyways. I do need to kind of lower that, but that's why the yellow log is under, so she can climb up. Her bath is over there in the corner. Got her a bath. I didn't know hamsters like sand baths all these years, having so many hamsters when I was like younger. And even out of in college, I actually had hamsters too, and I had some degoos and stuff, but they like sand baths. Never knew that. Got her this saucer wheel, so much better than the wire ones, you know, the traditional ones. Like back here, this is like an original style. It worked. She's being a dwarf. She had a hard time, so it didn't work for her. It would work for a larger hamster, but they say the wire ones, you know, aren't the best nowadays. This one's not even round. I should just throw that one away, honestly. Never going to use it. It's too small and it's out of round. So yeah, take that up. I will throw that away. So she loves the sand bath. She loves the new saucer wheel. It doesn't take up that much room. I was kind of scared ordering it because, you know, sizes and dimensions. And I'm like, well, a lot of people are showing it in like a little cage. It should fit in the tote, and I'm actually going to redo this, and we're going to either add a tote, and maybe I'll do it like down there, or up here, maybe 2 new big ones, but now proof of concept, it works. So I've learned that a hamster, you should just clean part of the cage. So like we did this one recently, the next one would be this one, and you know, I don't know how she's had it down there. I took some extra tube I had, and originally this was much higher. And she could crawl in. She still can get in, but she's really patted it down. Maybe she wants it that way, keep it warmer, I don't know. But just walking on it, it's patted it down. But the tube's down there, she can get in from underground, and it comes up, and I put a dead end piece, and then up here to get out. And she'll sleep in here. We will see her here sleep. That's why I kind of did this, so we could see what she's doing. I put the igloo house from the wire cage that we initially had. I put that in there. I know she's made a tunnel into there. I've seen her in there. She likes to hang out back in that corner, so that's her main spot. So she comes out of this tube, she mainly hangs out back there. And then the millet, I put that in recently, so she hasn't really eaten it yet. And what else? I mean, I think that's pretty much it. These totes work really well. Easy to make. Not that expensive. And, you know, you can always, once you have your kind of setup done, you can buy a bigger tote. Or you could add a tote, just add a run. You know, I could easily melt another hole in over here. And, or put a T-piece within here and just have the run go off to another tote. And so she can have many places to explore, and we can expand. We can get bigger totes. I would say this is the smallest you'd want to get. I think we just initially got these at Costco, and you lock it like that. And if I want to take this out, it's easy enough to lift out. I don't want to ruin her little house there, so we won't do that. And oh, my GoPro. So when you see the Hammy Cam videos, the water bottle's on this side, so that's why you don't see her drink. And I put the GoPro mount there. So I take my old GoPro, my Hero 5 Black, and I put it in there. And here's the power. I have it plugged in to the wall, and these tops don't fit so snug you can't get the wire, so the wire goes up, plugs in. She can't get to the wire to chew on. She can't get to the GoPro to chew on, and that's why you see facing this way, and you'll see the saucer and part of the sand bath. I think I'm going to do one that's kind of like up in this corner maybe. And over here, this is mainly her sleeping area, so there's nothing we'll really see. Oh, she's going up in the top. There she is. Oh, good. She's gonna... I put some food in there this morning, and she got up once because I disturbed her and took her picture, and then she went back to bed, and I've now disturbed her again because I'm moving the table and stuff. She probably heard the noise, and I was shredding some papers. That probably woke her up. And yeah, you know. So when I do these videos, if you want to do a video of your hamster and you have a GoPro, which is best because small versus trying to put a phone inside, would be to get a decent sized tote. I would say actually get a bigger one for doing the video, and that's why I probably get a bigger one, because I want to capture more stuff, and it's still kind of cramped even with the wide angle lens on the GoPro. So get a bigger tote, and if you do it, make sure it's not in an area that they're gonna want to nibble on anything. Although she's pretty good, she hasn't nibbled on any of the plastic bits. Where we had some pieces, I already threw them away, some old pieces, and like there was an extra one of these tops, and it was half chewed inside because the hamsters chewed it away. They like chewing. I don't know, maybe the dwarf hamsters don't really get into that activity. Maybe it's this particular hamster. She doesn't chew on anything. It's great. We have the wood. I don't see her chewing on the wood. I don't see her chewing on corners of like that house. I don't see her chewing on anything in here. She's content with the food. Maybe that means she's getting enough food. I'm a lot older now and kind of research this stuff a little bit more. But yeah, if you want to set up your hamster, this is the easy way to go about it. Go to Costco, get the totes, make sure you get air ventilation, and then just go from there. You can start with one tote. You can expand it really easily to the next tote. You can buy the pack of the tubes, just the pack on Amazon. I have links in the description. I think it's like $18, and you get a bunch of things. I don't know if you can buy the T pieces anymore or anything. You're gonna have to research it. I know it comes with this, the straight, and then the down like that, kind of like a J or L. That'd be L. Yeah, I guess L shaped. So you'll want two L shapes so then they can come out and get out. And it's in here enough you can just set it kind of tipped over, but just set it like that and it's good to go. And see, yep, she has her trash in the tube. So far I do see she likes to pee in the sand box, which they give you a little cute scoop and it actually works. You can clean it. I cleaned it today. Pooping, I really don't know where she goes. That's so small. Like I said, I've cleaned this recently. I know she pees in this long run, which is easy. So if I want to clean this, I go ahead and I just take this off, empty it in the trash. Take off this section from the T to here, and I have another end cap, kind of what's on this one, and I just put it on, and she'll be on this side, and I'll take out these pieces and I'll clean it. She really doesn't get the curve messy, or the down tube doesn't seem to be messy, although I probably should do a complete cleaning of it soon. We are getting a lot of spent food up in that container up here, and sorry Hammy, gotta twist you a little. I'll do it after the camera. It's on an angle because I fixed it down here. I fixed it down there, so it's kind of, she doesn't care though. And that's it. So yeah, if you want to do the GoPro thing, make sure the cage is big enough and make sure the GoPro's out of the way, and you'll probably want to have a few different angles. So that's why I'm considering a bigger tote so I can capture more stuff and have another angle. I do have a few GoPros. I actually have other action cameras too that are older. I could set them up in areas and expect more videos. I think it's kind of fun. This gives you an idea and also helps you set up your hamster habitat so they live a long, happy life and have plenty of room to explore, and it makes it easier for you to clean because you can do it by sections, and you should do it by sections, not all at once. So next on the list is cleaning, well, besides that, cleaning this side and giving her new bedding in, just so it's fresh. And I don't know what she's doing down there yet because we haven't cleaned it. It's been It's been, oh, I don't know, probably 3 weeks since I've made this, and it's been going pretty well. So anyways, hopefully this gives you an idea, and that's it for now. Take care and stay well, stay safe, my friends. Have a good one. Bye.